For members, the loans disbursed by each individual participating financial institution by 31st of December, Centenary Bank had given out 728 loans amounting to 13.665.
Can you repeat the first one?
The amounts, the first table, Chair?
Yes, the first table.
Chair, the first table shows the amount of money that have so far been agreed upon to be given to the banks for a period of 2 years. And this is 120 billion.
So far,
we have given out by December 50.105,900, to make it easy, 50.1 billion has been given out as of 31st December 2024 to the banks.
Okay.
And the money, the loans disbursed by 31st December 2024, Centenary Bank had given out 728 loans amounting to 13.6 billion. Finance Trust Bank had given out 570 loans amounting to 12.2 billion. Post Bank had given out 557 loans amounting to 11.3 billion. DFCO Bank had given out 209 loans amounting to 11.2 billion. Equity had given out 111 loans amounting to 1.82 billion. Stanbic Bank had not given out any loans at this particular moment. Chair, I also wanted to share how these loans have been disbursed per sub-regions. These sub-regions, as per the guidance that Cabinet provided, actually sub-region, I think members can be able to see. We've also been able to allocate how much each bank has been able to give. We can see that actually sub-region had received 2.02 billion, Ankole 3.7 billion, Arua 375 million, Bugisu 1.69 billion, Bukedi 985 million, Bunyoro 928 million, Busoga 1.74 billion, Greater Kampala with Mengo 10.3 billion, Greater Luwero 511 million, Greater Masaka 3.19 billion, Greater Mobende 845 million, Kampala 19.3 billion, Karamoja 120 million, Chigezi 833 million, Lango 494 million, Madi only 16 million, Renzoli 770 million, Sebei 80 million, Teso 526 million, Toro 1.65 billion. Chair, the detailed sheet I've shared with the members can be able to show you how much loans have been received per district, how many loans have been given, and we can even tell who got the money if any member has any. And these figures have been verified by KPMG, our auditors. Chair, distribution per sectors, and commerce got 43.5%, agriculture and agribusiness 25.4%, construction and engineering 11.6%, tourism, hospitality and creatives 3.5%, beauty, cosmetology and wellness 2.6%, manufacturing 2.2%, education and health 1.9%, transport and logistics 1.2%, other services 0.2%. Chair, when it comes to the age of the borrowers, as you can be able to see, the average, we have a range of 18 to 30 years of age. Those took 4.2%. The largest beneficiaries were between 31 to 55%.
Procedure, Mr. Chairman.
Which is 53.2%.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, procedure.
Thank you.
Yes.
Honorable Chair and the members, thank you so much for your comments. They are really going over under absorption. Members, the issue was in the last financial year of under absorption for the period ending June 2024, year one of the project. And as you recall, all financial institutions, their agreements to be cleared by the World Bank, by the Solicitor General, they were signed in June, in the last week. During that time, that is when the system closes. It was not possible to disburse money to these banks. So the issue of disbursement is no longer an issue, and that is why all the money we've given out in this report, when you look at 50 billion, you've seen that we've already disbursed. That money has been given in less than a year. We have not yet ended the year. Those figures were for December, but the money allocated for the year is finished. And that is why I told you, honorable members, that we've engaged the bank, the World Bank, and requested them to upfront the money which was meant for year 2. On the issue of equity, honorable members, the issue of raise are pertinent. Where there are districts without loans, they are touching all of us, and it is not acceptable. We have engaged the commercial banks. The arrangement that government had with the commercial banks was that they were going to lend based on their procedures and processes, based on levels but not regions. We have written to them because cabinet guided that money has to be spread equitably. So right now, any further disbursement from January.
Can I make a
Yes.
going to decision
Yes.
on the business in the pipeline, how you intend to address the question of equity, and how you are going to speed up. And that write-up should come to this committee before we consider the report. And that after that we shall have. But we have a quick one. You have a payable. Eh? You have a payable of 600 and I'm on page, I don't know the page 11, honorable colleagues. Page 11. You have a payable of 637 million areas. With all the money you have, you are accumulating areas also, like these ministries. We're on page 11. And when I looked through who this money is for, most of it is on page 16. There is a table there, 45128. It is Voodoo Broadcasting, supply of media banners. People supply you media banners, you don't pay. A New Vision Printing, 80 million. Arizona Systems, I think this is a cadre system, you don't pay. Motors, you hire vehicles, you don't pay. There are these consultants that seem to be taking a lot of money of this payable, because I've seen here Matthias Katamba, 199 million, and Robert Katuntu, 198 million. They seem to be taking a big chunk. This is Prudence Finance Limited, Group Media Assurance, 30 million. So, why are you accumulating areas when you are really loaded? And a very stringent measure on areas. I will not tell you are hiding under areas to do a lot of other stuff. It's one of becoming a new weakness in our system. I will tell you when we meet for cross-cutting issues what our discoveries are, and what is. It will amaze you on the question of areas. It's deliberate now by accounting officers to accumulate areas, mischarge, divert. Anyway, with all the money you have, why would you accumulate areas? Sir, who is the man of finance?
Yeah, the financial manager. It is all.
Yet, on goods and services, where you pay this money, you had the budget allocation of 7 billion. You spent only 6. So the budget line had money. You went ahead and accumulated the areas. Give us a very, very good reason why.
Honorable Chair, thank you. Accounts as payables, I want to state that they are no longer payables. And by end of June, these are payments that could have been, yes, paid by that time, but due to the systemic issues.
Which issues, sir?
For example, the IFMIS, we could not pay some of these payments.
Why?
Because of the end of year processes. But in July, all these payments were paid out, and they are.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we mean.
Yes.
You accumulate areas, you pay them in another financial year using resources of another. We know what the game is. We know what the game is. You accumulate areas here, then you use resources of this year to pay for areas, and it's a game we are now aware of, that every pass is engaged in. Even when you're under projects, we've seen it happening. Please, that nonsense must stop. Okay.
Honorable Chair, in this accountability, there is nothing like could have been paid. Okay? It is out of those ones that you say, this one and this one and this one were actually paid. Okay? And funds were still in transit. But there is nothing like could have been paid. That is real guesswork. And with figures, that one cannot stand. You tell us what you had paid, and you produce the evidence, and what you had not paid, and you explain why it remained payable, yet you had the budget provision, and you remained with money you did not pay, yet people provided their services.
Through Chair, these payments that, transactions, we received invoices towards the end of the financial year. That's why I said they could have been paid if the process at the end of the year allowed.
Do you predict the end of year?
Through which I still insist, with these ones, these are realities. Something to say they could have been paid, you say this one was paid, maybe it bounced, or actually by that time, money hadn't left the what? The account was still there because it was paid at the end of the financial year, something like that. Could have been paid. Guesswork. We are not here for guesswork.
Chair,
Give us a detail. I want to proceed. Give us a detail when you paid this money and from which budget line.
Because, Chairman, in any case, would these bills all wait for the end of the financial year?
Yeah, because you see,
that can't stand.
Why we can understand if an entity does not have a budget line. You have cash flow challenges, but you had the money. 2, June of end of year is predictable. As you conduct your business at the end of the year, you know. You cannot tell me that I don't know which date Christmas will fall due. Or which day now Muslim Eid. I know the date. So I cannot give you this happened on Eid day as if I didn't know Eid day will come. Those are simple, lazy explanation. Accounting officers are giving. The banks close. You even know when they will close banks. Did your salary delay? Was also delayed. You made sure you paid yourself. Me, I can understand it if an agency does not have money. But where you have money, you lack absorption, and you give excuse of accumulating areas nearer to $1 billion. It's inexcusable. Those are poor standards, sir. I use the word nonsense, I withdraw it. It's not parliamentary, I apologize. But it reflects my feeling towards you. Can I have another project?
Sente eza grosi za buli mukyala. Obuzibu obusinga bwe tufunye nti abantu balowooza nti sente eza gro za buli mukyala. Sente eza gro ze mukyala ayina bizinensi etegeerekeka. Abatalina bagende mu PDM. Gro bagyesonyiwe. Ekyokubiri programu eya gro si ya looni yokka. Sente eza gro ziri $1 million 217. Sente za looni zokka ziri $60 million. Ate mu mwaka ogumu mu myaka ebiri allocation ya bank ziri billion 12. N'olwekyo eri abantu abalowooza nti sente nnyingi nnyo nnyo lumu kye kireeta obuzibu. Abantu ne balowooza nti nnyingi ate nga sente eziriwo si nnyingi. Twalowooza nti abakyala nga badesigninga program waliwo endowooza nti abakyala abalina business abali mu business ezitegeerekeka batini naye endowooza tukizudde nti demand abakyala ddala abalina bye bakola gye bali. Ekirala abantu kye balina okumanya nti sente zino yali grant si looni ku gavumenti ya Uganda. Yali grant World Bank gye yawa government ya Uganda era nga balina bye bakkiriziganyako nga ekolebwa. Ekisooka bakkiriziganya nti bagenda sooka kukozesa commercial banks. Eyo ye condition World Bank gye yakkiriziganya ne government nti banks zino zigenda kukozesa emitendera gyabwe nga bagaba loans. Fene tubateekako obukwakulizo nti looni eyo teyina kuyisa 10%. N'abakyala tebalina kubajjako ssente zino ndala eza processing fees. Naye ne bakkiriza nti bajja kubajjako statutory charges. Ekirala abakyala kubanga banks ezisinga bwe twabawa ssente balina okuzizza nga bwe twazibawa. N'olwekyo nabo balina okufuba ennyo okulaba nti banoonya omukyala oyo ayina business gwabawa ssente. Banks ezimu zigaba emigabo endala zisaba security endala tezisaba security okusinzira naye nga ezisinga zisaba security. Buzibu ki bwe tusanze? Eriyo bwe twatandika programu eno twakiraba nti abantu abali mu bibuga kubanga ebiseera ebisinga be balina security be bamanyi okuwandiika ebitabo byabwe bafuna mangu ssente. Era emunaba mufunye ripooti yaffe ndowooza tusobola okugibawa mugenda kulaba nti Greater Kampala ne Mengo ne Kampala Mbarara Masaka Jinja bafuna ssente nnyingi okusinga ku districts endala. Kakati okwewala ekintu ng'ekyo tusazeewo nti bwe tuba tuwadde banks zino ssente tugenda kubanga tuzisplitinga cabinet ya guidinga tuzisplitinga okusinziira ku regions. Tulina regions 19 cabinet ze yasalawo nti bwe tuddamu okuwa banka ssente tugigamba nti zino zinagenda mu branch eno n'eri kigenda kuyambako nnyo abantu abali eyo basobole okufuna ssente ezo. Ekirala tukimanyi nti eri abakyala mu districts ezimu ddala batasobodde kufuna ku looni nga ekizibu kyabwe omusingo tebagwina naye nga bakola businesses ng'oli akola business ye era bw'oba ogitulidde ng'akulira ddala ssente naye nga talina musingo. Kati abo tumaliriza ne World Bank yakkiriza nti egenda kukkiriza tukozeseyo microfinance institutions ne SACCOs ezisobola okuwola abakyala ng'abo nga tebataddeyo misingo. Naye ekyo tekigenda kukola Kampala, tekijja kukola Kampala, tekijja kukola Jinja, tekijja kukola Mbarara. Kigenda kukola mu districts ezo ddala omuntu nga teyafunye ku ssente ya ggulu. Mu myaka egiddako mu maaso kiyinza okukola mu Kampala naye si kati. Essaawa eno twagala kulaba kiruubirirwa nti buli mukazi mu Uganda ayina kyatandise nga ayina bizinesi asobola okufuna ku ssente zino. Looni yaffe etandikira ku $4,000,000 paka ku $2,000,000. Ekyo olwedde kikulaga nti bw'oba tosobola kufuna $4,000,000 tosobola kubanga assets z'oba capital gw'okesa wa $50,000 ate ng'oyagala za ggulu kubanga ffe tutandikira ku 4. Kikulaga bulazi nti oba tokola ki kati abaagala $50,000 abaagala $1,000,000 mugende mu myoga mugende mu PDM. Ffe tutandikira ku 4 ate tekigenda kukyuka. Kijja kuyamba lwaki ffe tetwajiridde muntu wa wansi nnyo twajiridde muntu wa wansi ali ready okwambuka. Era kyenjagala okubagamba nti ne ssente zino ze tulina ze twakagaba abantu abasinze okutwala looni okuva ku $1,000,000 paka ku $2,000,000 be basinga obungi. Percentage eri 77%. Loans ezisinga abantu bafuna $5,000,000, $6,000,000, $7,000,000, $8,000,000. Average loan is $16,000,000. Era ekyo ndowooza kye kisinza okuleeta obuzibu ti abantu abasinga nga mawe manjagala 5 kange nenfuna eza ggulu naye ate abo abaagala $5,000,000 eriyo abakyala nga bakola mu butale mu bizinesi ez'omubuulo balina buwoteri bwabwe mu butale beetaaga ssente eza ggulu. Oli ayagala agule fridge, ayagala agule obutebe, ayagala agule kuuka, ayagala agule woomers nga yeetaaga $1,000,000 nga zeetaagira ddala naye omukyala oyo nga talina musingo. Kati omukyala ng'oyo nga talina musingo gwe tugenda okulaba omukyala oyo MD ayo microfinance institution esobola omuyamba. Twagala n'okubiriza abasajja bayambeko ku bakyala ku misingo kubanga abakyala abafumbo babadde 53% namba nene out of all the borrowers. N'olwekyo abaami tubasaba mubeere balungi nnyo. Ekirala group guarantee ekkirizibwa bwe mubanga abakyala olina abakyala ba abakwesiga nga basobola okugarantinga ekyo nakyo kisobola okukola kubanga banks bwe ziba ziwola ssente zikitunira naye we tunatandika okukola SACCOs ekyo tekijja kuba kizibu. N'omukyala talina musinga ajja kubanga asobola okufuna ssente. Performance njibalaze era njabba wako ku report mufuneko copies nembalaga nti bwe twatandika World Bank bwe twa designinga nayo program bwe yatuwa government bwe yakkiriziganya nayo teyateekawo miwatwa nti eno region giwe zino kino kizeewo kati bwe twatandika okukola programu eno ne tukizuula nti abantu mu Kampala Wakiso Ntebe Mbarara Masaka Jinja bafunye sente nyingi okusinga ku balala kubanga jjukira twogera ebintu mu bbanga lya myezi ena ne tugamba tugenda kukola tutya ku sente ezisigaddeyo kubanga ate ezisigaddeyo kumpi zenkanakane ze twakagaba kati ezisigaddeyo ne tugamba nti tugenda kuzikwata tulabe nga tuzigabanya buli region buli district kisobola tuyambako nti n'omukyala ali ewala ennyo asobola okufuna ku sente ya ggulo bw'abeera nga alina obusobozi ekisinga okunuma nti eriyo abakyala balina obusobozi naye ate sente mu banka nga teziriiyo kubanga abalina obusobozi bangi era bajja bagamba nti nasaba dda buli kintu n'enkiteekayo kyova olaba nti tusabye World Bank etuyambe nti sente ze baali batuwadde ez'omwaka ogwokubiri batukkirize tuzi offloading tuziwe banks bazigabe. Ministry ya Gender kubanga bw'otunuulira $217 million sente ezaalo nituyinako ni $60 million. Ministry of Gender ina $1 million 138 ezo zibeeranga billion ndoozanga 5 naye bajja kubannyonnyola kuba nabo balina enteekateeka nnyingi ez'abakyala balina emisomo egy'abakyala balina apprenticeship balina n'okuyamba abakyala bye bakolera baba improving bye bakolera era nsubira nti mu bbanga ttini nnyo PS ajja kubanga naye ayongera okugayidinga sente za gender kye zigenda okukola circles districts ezitalina banka ezitalina mu banks ezimu zina outreach programs era nsubira nti bajja kukozesa outreach programs zaabwe ezo abantu babeere nga baza accessinga ate districts ezimu mulimu ne agent banking nti oli ne waaba nga bamukozeko bajja ne bakampinga ne bakola nabo bwe bamala ne bakozesa agent banking abantu ne bafuna sente ate banks endala zikozesa mobile money era abamu batandise kikozesa ne basasula abantu sente zaabwe ku ssimu zaabwe.